India hosts 14th Conference of Parties to the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. Addressing the opening session, COP President Prakash Javadekar says conference aims to achieve land degradation neutral world by 2030 by securing enough healthy and productive resources and better managing the land. Representatives from 196 nations attending the conference. 90% Kashmir Valley free of daytime restrictions, 26,000 landlines functioning in the valley. Inter-district transport available. Assistance being provided to students appearing for exams. All essential supplies continue in the valley. Major hospitals in Srinagar functioning normally. Pakistan bends, provides consular access to Kulbhushan Jadhav. India's Deputy High Commissioner in Islamabad, Gaurav Ahluwalia, meets Jadhav. External Affairs Ministry says Kulbhushan Jadhav was under pressure to parrot false Pakistani narrative. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar speaks with the mother of Kulbhushan Jadhav and briefs her of the developments. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates Garvi Gujarat Bhawan. PM says there is need to identify the strength of states and showcase them at national and global level. Supreme Court to hear on Tuesday former Union Minister P. Chidambaram's plea challenging CBI custody against him by the trial court in the INX media case. Chidambaram's CBI custody extended by 1 day. Chandrayaan-2 crosses yet another milestone. ISRO successfully separates lander Vikram from the orbiter ahead of its landing on Moon on September 7th. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukma and our top story. The 14th Conference of Parties, COP14, to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification began on a high note at Greater Noida on Monday. As India assumed COP presidency for 2 years, Union Minister for Environment, Forests and Climate Change, Prakash Javadekar, expressed optimism towards restoring land ecology and the environment.
Pointing to an unprecedented global campaign to save productive land, Union Minister for Environment Prakash Javadekar said 122 countries, among them Brazil, China, India, Nigeria, Russia and South Africa, which are among the largest and the most populous nations on earth, have agreed to make sustainable development goals of achieving land degradation neutrality a national target. Union ministers also mentioned that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the high-level segment meeting on 9th of September. Talking about the importance of such large-scale conferences, Union Minister for Environment, who also took up the role of President of the COP or the COP, said UNCCD is very important and Delhi Declaration will form the future course of action.
सभी देशों में बंजर जमीन कम होने से रोजगार पर भी अच्छा परिणाम होता है, जीवन यापन भी होता है, शहर की ओर माइग्रेशन रुकता है और उसके साथ साथ कार्बन एमिशन जो हमारे बड़ी समस्या है उसमें भी सुधार आता है। जैसे भारत ने 25,000 स्क्वायर किलोमीटर ट्री कवर पिछले 5 साल में बढ़ाया है, तो ये ऐसे अनेक काम किए जा सकते हैं जिससे लैंड रिस्टोर होती है, वो फॉरेस्ट में भी और आउट ऑफ फॉरेस्ट ऑल्सो, और इसलिए ये कॉप सम्मेलन बहुत उपयोगी होगा।
Purpose of the convention is to combat desertification and mitigate the effects of drought to achieve sustainable development in the affected areas by taking effective action at all levels through international cooperation and partnership agreements. Minister of State Babul Supriyo said that India is ready to lead from the front.
The invigorating leadership of our Honorable PM Narendra Modi ji, India has been very proactive in combating land degradation, desertification and drought. As per FAO's Forest Resource Assessment 2010, India is among top 5 countries to have worked on forest restoration. Also, India is among the top 10 countries in the world rather, with net forest gain as per Forest Resource Assessment 2015. We have added more than 15,000 square kilometer of tree cover inside and outside forest areas in the last 5 years, which you will agree is a big success in land restoration.
Executive Secretary of the UNCCD, Ibrahim Thiaw, drew attention to the warning sounded out by recent scientific assessments and the growing public alarm at the frequency of weather-related disaster. He also thanked the Government of India for hosting the international conference.
We are very fortunate to be here in India. You have seen by yourself the conditions that we have been provided for to work in. This is undoubtedly going to be the largest COP ever organized by the UNCCD. As of this morning, we have more than 7,300 participants registered. I think we will beat the 8,000. As the minister said, we have a long list of ministers from around the world that are confirmed to the high-level segment next week. And we also have a long list of leaders from the United Nations participating, including the number 2 of the United Nations, Deputy Secretary General, as well as heads of other UN agencies and non-UN agencies.
In 2017, the parties adopted the UNCCD 2018-2030 strategic framework, which has 5 strategic objectives. 1. Improve conditions of affected populations, improve conditions of affected ecosystems, mitigate the impacts of drought, work through partnerships, and generate global beliefs. With India taking over the leadership role in COP14, the world now looks up to the country to provide a fillip in the fight for degradation and desertification. Delhi Declaration is expected to provide a roadmap for the world in its bid for land neutrality. With inputs from Tapas Bhattacharya, DD India.
India's Deputy High Commissioner in Islamabad, Gaurav Ahluwalia, on Monday met Kulbhushan Jadhav at a jail in Islamabad where he is lodged. This was the first meeting between an Indian diplomat and Jadhav, as Pakistan never allowed him consular access. It was only after the International Court of Justice verdict that consular access was made possible after the International Court ordered Pakistan to do so. 49-year-old Jadhav was sentenced to death by a Pakistani military court in April 2017, following which India had moved the International Court of Justice seeking a stay on his death sentence and further remedies. Pakistan had said that consular access for Jadhav would be provided in line with the Vienna Convention on Consular Relations. After the meeting, New Delhi said that Jadhav appeared to be under extreme pressure to parrot a false narrative to bolster Pakistan's untenable claims. Ministry of External Affairs said it will decide a further course of action after receiving a detailed report from the CDA and determining the extent of conformity to the ICJ directives. It said that the consular access is a part of the binding obligations of Pakistan as ordered by the ICJ to ensure effective review and reconsideration of the conviction and sentence awarded to Jadhav through a farcical process. The Ministry of External Affairs said that the government remains committed to continue to work towards ensuring that Jadhav receives justice at the earliest and returns safely to India. And in Jammu and Kashmir, daytime restrictions have been fully lifted from the 92 police stations in the Kashmir Valley. Addressing a press conference in Srinagar on Monday, state government spokesperson Rohit Kansal gave a daily update on the situation in the state. He said that all essential supplies continue in the valley and major hospitals in Srinagar have been functioning normally.
Things are fast turning to normal in the Kashmir Valley following scrapping of Article 370 in Jammu and Kashmir on the 5th of August. Peace and calm prevails as restrictions have been eased in more than 30% areas across the valley. Barricades have been removed from most locations. Security forces remain in place in order to ensure maintenance of law and order.
On the law and order front, as you are aware, out of 111 police stations in the valley, only 105 of which are territorial or functional in that sense. As we speak, daytime restrictions have been fully lifted from 92 police stations, up from 81 last week. This makes 90% of the valley free of daytime restrictions of any kind. And in totality, we have 93% of Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh free of any prohibitory orders today.
I'm here at Dal Lake in Srinagar. As you can see, the situation is gradually improving. We have tourists here who are taking to the boat ride, and according to the DGP of Jammu and Kashmir, the situation is fast turning to normal. Out of the 111 police stations, restrictions have been removed in 82 police stations. And as far as the mobile connectivity is concerned, after a positive response from Handwara and Kupwara, the administration is thinking upon taking away all the restrictions and giving a mobile connectivity in Kashmir.
Attendance in government offices remains normal. In schools, attendance continues to improve. Vehicular movement too has become busier. In Jammu and Ladakh, landlines and mobile phones are functional, while in the valley, 76 telephone exchanges have been reconnected. Hospitals are functioning normally.
We decided to open 29 more exchanges, making the number of functional exchanges to 76 out of a total of 95. Over 26,000 landlines are functional in the valley. This is evident from the fact that the Deputy Commissioner's office in Srinagar, which used to see 2,500 calls being made from its facility, has seen the number of calls being made from its facility fall by over 85%.
Adequate stocks of all essential supplies are also available.
जहाँ तक मोहर्रम के अरेंजमेंट इसका ताल्लुक है, हम इसके लिए बिल्कुल तैयार हैं। जब चावल का जहाँ तक ताल्लुक है, हम पहले ही शिया बरादरी के इलाकों में वो चावल पहुँचा चुके हैं। यदि किसी जगह पर ना पहुँचा होगा, रिटर्न मांडी वहाँ भी पहुँच जाएगा। गैस हमने हर जगह अवेलेबल रखी है, क्योंकि बुकिंग ऑनलाइन होने में प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है, इसलिए हमने मोबाइल वेन्स रखी है, हर वक्त अवेलेबल है। जो भी बंदा लेना चाहे जाके ले सकता है आराम से।
Overall, the situation remains normal in Jammu and Kashmir. With inputs from Shailendra Mishra, DD News.
A Delhi court on Monday extended till Tuesday CBI custody of former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram in the INX media case. The court will also hear the interim bail plea of Chidambaram on Tuesday. The senior Congress leader was produced before the court on expiry of his 3-day CBI custody, which was granted on the 30th of last month. Chidambaram was arrested on the 21st of August after the Delhi High Court dismissed his anticipatory bail plea on August 20th. He was earlier produced before the court on the 22nd of this month and was remanded to 4-day CBI custody. On Tuesday, the Apex Court will also take up Chidambaram's challenge to the non-bailable warrant against him and remand orders passed by the trial court. India's second lunar mission moved a step closer to the moon after the landing module Vikram was successfully separated from the orbiter 5 days ahead of the planned touchdown on the unexplored lunar South Pole, announcing the success of yet another key maneuver in the ambitious 978 crore rupees Chandrayaan-2 mission. The Indian Space Research Organization said the separation of lander Vikram, which is set for soft landing on September 7th, on the lunar surface along with rover Pragyan was carried out at 1:15 p.m. The space agency also said all systems of Chandrayaan-2's orbiter and the lander were healthy. The milestone event came 42 days after the mission was launched on board India's most powerful rocket, GSLV Mark III M1, from the spaceport of Sriharikota on July 22nd, and after a series of Earth and lunar orbit maneuvers that took the spacecraft closer to the moon gradually. The fifth and final lunar orbit maneuver was carried out on Sunday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi formally inaugurated the newly constructed Garvi Gujarat Bhawan in New Delhi. The structure is spread over 7,066 square meters and has been constructed at a cost of 131 crore rupees. Traditional Garba played out to welcome PM Modi as he arrived at the venue. Prime Minister Narendra Modi went around the grand building, paying close attention to the detailing that has gone into its construction. Green norms have been followed in the construction of the building, which is a combination of traditional architecture and modern technology. The Prime Minister said that the Garvi Gujarat Sadan will further popularize aspects of Gujarat's glorious culture. He also said that the building has been completed before time and is eco-friendly too.
भगवान सिद्धि विनायक के पर्व पर हम एक और सिद्धि का उत्सव मनाने के लिए यहाँ इकट्ठे हुए हैं। गर्वी गुजरात सदन भले ही मिनी गुजरात का मॉडल हो, लेकिन ये न्यू इंडिया की उस सोच का भी प्रत्यक्ष प्रमाण है जिसमें हम अपनी सांस्कृतिक विरासत को, हमारी परंपराओं को आधुनिकता के साथ जोड़ करके आगे बढ़ने की बात करते हैं। हम जड़ों से जुड़े रहना चाहते हैं, आसमान को छूना चाहते हैं। समय पर प्रोजेक्ट्स पूरा करने की एक आदत सरकारी संस्थाओं में, सरकारी एजेंसियों में विकसित हो रही है। और जब मैं गुजरात में था तो मैं डंके की चोट पर कहता था कि जिसका शिलान्यास मैं करता हूं उसका उद्घाटन भी मैं ही करूंगा। भारत के अलग अलग राज्यों की सांस्कृतिक, सामाजिक और आर्थिक ताकत ही उसे महान बनाती है, ताकतवर बनाती है। लिहाजा देश के हर हिस्से, हर राज्य की ताकत को, शक्तियों को पहचान कर हमें आगे बढ़ाना है, उनको नेशनल और ग्लोबल स्टेज पर अवसर देना है। इसी साझा ताकत से हम उन संकल्पों को सिद्ध कर पाएंगे जो आने वाले 5 वर्षों के लिए तय किए गए हैं। ये भवन टूरिज्म और ट्रेड के सेंटर बने, इस दिशा में भी काम किया जाना चाहिए। जम्मू कश्मीर और लेह लद्दाख से लेकर नॉर्थ ईस्ट तक, विंध्य के आदिवासी अंचलों से लेकर साउथ की समुद्री विस्तार तक हमारे पास देश के साथ शेयर करने और दुनिया को ऑफर करने के लिए बहुत कुछ है। अब हमें इसको प्रमोट करने के लिए अपनी सक्रियता बढ़ानी होगी।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi and leaders of a number of other countries will attend the 5th Eastern Economic Forum to be held in Vladivostok in Russia from September 4th to 6th. EEF provides a platform to discuss issues aimed at expanding international cooperation in the Asia-Pacific region and developing the economy of Russia's Far East. Prime Minister Modi will also participate in the 20th India-Russia Bilateral Summit.
The Prime Minister will deliver an address. There will also be an India-Russia business dialogue, and for this a 50-member FICCI delegation is also going to be in Vladivostok at the same time. We need to broaden the relationship with Russia beyond civil, nuclear and defense into other areas of the economy. 5-year roadmap laying out what possibilities we have in cooperating in oil and gas, both in terms of exploration and exploitation and in terms of purchase in the 5-year time frame 2019 to 2024, as we seek to diversify our oil and gas supplies beyond complete dependency in the Gulf.
And on a two-day visit to Japan, Defense Minister Rajnath Singh on Monday met Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in Tokyo and said that India was committed to enhance defense engagements between the two countries, besides strengthening bilateral engagements. In a tweet, Raksha Mantri said the meeting with the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, was excellent. India attaches the highest priority to a bilateral relationship with Japan. I conveyed to him India's commitment to further enhance the defense engagements between both the countries. And earlier in the day, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh co-chaired the annual Defense Ministerial Dialogue with his Japanese counterpart Takeshi Iwaya. The leaders discussed the Indo-Pacific vision with an expression of India's preference for a rule-based order and inclusiveness and security for all.
Monday saw Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh co-chair the annual Defense Ministerial Dialogue with his Japanese counterpart Takeshi Iwaya in Tokyo. In a tweet after the meeting, Rajnath Singh said the two leaders discussed the full spectrum of India-Japan defense cooperation. Describing it as an extremely fruitful ministerial-level dialogue, he said India and Japan will continue working together to further deepen defense ties between both the nations.
जापान हमारे क्लोजेस्ट पार्टनर में से और वर्तमान में हमारे शेयर्ड वैल्यूज और इंटरेस्ट के आधार पर भारत जापान स्पेशल स्ट्रेटजिक एंड ग्लोबल पार्टनरशिप में करंट ग्लोबल कंटेक्स्ट में ब्रॉडर सिग्निफिकेंस हासिल कर ली है.
Taking forward the high-level talks between the two countries, it was decided that cooperation in the B2B sector should be further developed. Rajnath Singh also said that there should be increased 2+2 talks to further enhance defense engagements between both the countries.
हम अपनी इनॉग्रेट 2+2 डायलॉग आयोजित करने और एक्विजिशन एंड क्रॉस सर्विसिंग एग्रीमेंट को अंतिम रूप देने के लिए पूरी तरह से कमिटेड. डिफेंस इंडस्ट्री व रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट कोऑपरेशन के क्षेत्र में काफी प्रोग्रेस की जा चुकी है और हम भविष्य में इन इनिशिएटिव्स के और मजबूत होने की उम्मीद भी करते हैं.
The past 5 years have seen increased cooperation between India and Japan in the field of defense cooperation. Japan's Acquisition, Technology and Logistics Agency, ATLA, and India's DDP have played a major role in this. In a new start, both countries are moving forward in using robotics for running unmanned vehicles based on an agreement in 2018. The last India-Japan ministerial-level dialogue took place in August 2018, and New Delhi was also where the defense policy dialogue first began. The talks at the high-level meet began on Monday with the paying of floral tributes to former Foreign Minister Sushma Swaraj and late Arun Jaitley. With Om Prakash Das in Tokyo, DD India.
State-owned TV channel Bangladesh Television started telecasts for viewers in India on DD Free Dish today. Information Minister of Bangladesh Dr. Hassan Mahmood inaugurated the broadcast at BTV Auditorium in Dhaka. State Minister for Information Mohammad Murad Hassan and India's High Commissioner to Bangladesh Riva Ganguly Das were the special guests at the event. The BTV programs in India will be broadcast by using the country's first communication satellite, Bangabandhu 1. Initially, the viewers would be able to watch BTV World Service programs in India. India and Bangladesh signed an agreement in May 2019 to make BTV and DD available in both the countries. In New Delhi, Secretary Information and Broadcasting Amit Khare said that viewers can now watch all programs of BTV World on Doordarshan Free Dish across India.
I am glad to know that Bangladesh TV will now be available on the Doordarshan Free Dish. This is a very important development, and it will bring together the two countries, the population of both Bangladesh and India, even closer than before. I am also given to understand that there will be reciprocity, and Doordarshan will also become available on Bangladesh TV in a few months' time. That will also be helpful to both of us in further developing the cultural ties.
Air Chief Marshal B.S. Dhanova and Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman, who piloted a MiG-21 Bison during the airstrike at a terror camp in Pakistan's Balakot in February, on Monday flew together in a two-seater version of the Russian origin Legacy jet. After the sortie, Air Chief Dhanoa said it was an honor for him to fly with Abhinandan. He said that Abhinandan has got his flying category back. Dhanoa said both of them have fought Pakistanis. He fought in Kargil while Abhinandan fought after Balakot. The IAF said it was the last sortie flown by the Air Chief in a fighter aircraft before his retirement. In Monday's sortie, the two took off in the MiG-21 trainer from Pathankot and flew for 30 minutes. Air Chief Marshal recalls serving in a MiG-21 squadron with the wing commander's father, Simhakutti Vardhaman, who retired as an air marshal. And Ganesh Chaturthi was celebrated across the country with religious fervor and great enthusiasm. The 10-day-long festival celebrates the birth of Lord Ganesha.
Ganesh Chaturthi is being celebrated across the nation with religious fervor and gaiety as devotees thronged temples and pandals to offer prayers. Idols of Lord Ganesha have been installed in many places in Maharashtra for people to offer prayers. Traditional prayers, chants of Ganpati Bappa Moria and sweet offerings of laddus and modaks by devotees marks the commencement of the festival of Ganesh. The 10-day festival is celebrated with great gaiety throughout India. However, it is in Mumbai that it is celebrated in the grandest manner. Many of the pandals here are known for their unique themes. Among the popular Ganpati pandals of Mumbai is Lal Bhaugcha Raja and Guru Ganesh Seva Mandal or GSB Mandal. Devotees in both the temples thronged to pay obeisance. At the Lal Bhaugcha Raja, the Ganpati idol this year at Lal Bhaug has been crafted in a traditional manner and is installed on a beautiful pandal decorated on the theme of ISRO's ambitious Chandrayaan-2 spacecraft launched in July. Devotees gathered in huge numbers to offer prayers. Bappa has also arrived in GSB Seva Mandal of Mumbai. He was worshipped in the morning after the idol was set up and was offered prasada.
जो भगवान को जो पंचकजा जो प्रिय है, 5 उसमें डालते हैं पोहा, लाहिया, गुड़, तिल वगैरह. तो गुड़ जो है इस टाइम 20 टन का गुड़ लाया हुआ है. इतना सब भगवान को नैवेद्य और हवन में जाता है. वो भगवान इतना संतुष्ट होता है कि वो मांगने वाले का इच्छा प्रतिपूर्ण करता है.
People also gathered in several other parts of Maharashtra. In Pune's Dagadu Maharaj temple or Nagpur's famous Ganesh temple, devotees thronged for a darshan of their Lord Vinayak. Even politicians did not lag behind on the occasion. Chief Minister of Maharashtra and Union Minister Nitin Gadkari offered prayers on the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi. BJP President and Home Minister Amit Shah visited Siddhivinayak temple on the auspicious occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi and sought the blessings of Bappa. He visited the Lal Bagh temple too in the evening. People in other parts of the country celebrated the festival with fervor and gaiety. Devotees from Jammu and Kashmir to Tamil Nadu and Punjab paid obeisance to Lord Ganesh. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended their greetings to the nation on the occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi. With inputs from Mumbai Bureau, DD News.
A colourful rally accompanied by folk dance performances marked the Athachamayam celebrations, heralding the start of the 10-day Onam festivities in Kerala. Various folk art forms like Theyam, Kolkali, Mayilattom, Amankuram, Pulikalli and classical art forms like Kathakali added colour to the Achathamayam procession. According to legend, the festival is celebrated to welcome King Mahabali, who is believed to visit Kerala at the time of Onam to see his subjects. And with that, we wind up this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News and DD India. Stay tuned. Namaskar.